Hi, my name's Bryce. Welcome back to VHS Play, where we are playing Dark Souls and recording it all on VHS. Hey, remember to be kind, rewind before you return your tapes. Oh boy, oh boy. Was not expecting to screw up the sign-on. Camera work with me. So yeah, it's Dark Souls. It's Dark Root Garden. That's the series of words I am trying to get to. Let's head into this spooky place with spooky plant men and poor playing of Dark Souls. Egads. Hey, camera. So, yeah, my first time through, oh boy, it's gonna make this place suck. Just flat out. Like, first time through, so focused on this plant man. There we go. That I did not realize there was a path up here. And I think eventually I realized, oh hey, I can come up here. And then it was just like, this sure looks like a dead end. Boot de doot de doot. It took me a long time to realize anything about what was going on over there. Hey, that works. A darker garden. Again, it's just guts. I talked about the atmosphere of the Orlando ruins, or the new Londo ruins, and good. This place has so much atmosphere, and like up there you can see the moonlight butterfly. Never noticed it on my first run, up until I started fighting the boss. But man, oh man, so cool looking. And these plant men are kind of spooky. And there's these horrible cliff sides that you will probably fall down. And except for right here, this is like the one place that you can actually jump down. And I've never noticed that you can see that red frog dude. This is the one place that you could possibly jump down. And I've only ever actually tried it like a couple months ago. Dark Souls is pretty cool because you can keep discovering just nonsense like that. Other nonsense you could discover, if you are paying attention, is, this sure is a random wall here. Okay, whatever, bye. My first time through, I never realized that bonfire was back there. Like, you can just kind of see it. There we go. If you're observant, you notice things in Dark Souls. It takes a lot of, if you're looking for things, you can find them easy. I don't know why. Never occurred to me to even think about this. So, much to my chagrin, we'll see if I renege on this concept, but we're not touching that invisible wall. Until, it becomes so much of a pain and so much of recording time is just running back and forth. But of course, me having played a video game before, it's like, oh hey, that shiny door. Oh hey, good. That's what I needed. The key for. Good thing I paid way too many souls early on for that key. I am about to regret some things. So down here, there's the first knight that you fight. Oh boy, that's chugging a good little bit. And it's just like, you come down here and it's like, this is spooky wide open area. Where are you, dude? And then all of a sudden you just like hear armor, and then there's this ghostly knight just running at you. And like, I have some number of patches. I don't know which patch I got up to on the 360. It's not been connected to the internet for a while. But after some patch, they made it to where you can lock on to these dudes who are invisible. This was not the case in my first playthrough. It was so early on, they had, like, originally you could not lock on to these knights. So, in the spirit of my first playthrough, we're going to fight him without locking on. Hey, look who just locked on out of habit. Sorry about that. Dang it. Stop it. Oh, this is another fun bit of Dark Souls that you eventually learn. The just stand behind them and just lock them. Yep. Just lock them into backstabs. Oh, boy. So yeah, the initial release of Dark Souls, you could not lock onto those dudes, and they are kind of monstrous to fight without locking on. And you know, I did it out of habit there. Let's get my claymore back. Also, you know what? We have a second ring now. Let's go ahead and put that on. But yeah, that's how things went my first time through, was just trying to fight this knight. Okay, you know what? Maybe let's not put the claymore back on. The halberd was definitely doing better against these dudes. I really need to get that infinite box thing so I can put some stuff away. Inventory management sure is fun, right? But yeah, like, this is... Up. Up. There we go. This was the Darkroot Garden originally, just kind of a bad time. The, oh ho, I'm so clever, buying... Let me just punch the mic real quick. Buying this very expensive key way too early on. Ah, did he just clip through the world? No, okay. Hooray, purple moss, we'll need that. But yeah, coming out here was kind of rough. Especially if you didn't find this bonfire on the left. It's kind of a run to get here. And I'm very quickly waning on the whether or not I want to not tap that bonfire just for, you know, my sanity as well as, like, the viewer sanity. Alright, where are you, night dude? There you are. Again, with the locking on. I would really like to heal, actually. Camera, please. Stop with the locking on. But yeah, like, this fight with this guy was so hard. Okay, controls just don't. I swear to you, I had hit the roll button. I think I might have gotten stuck in an animation of like the moving forward, turn around, like, let's see if I can just trigger that real quick. Like, that still feels like it should have gone. Bah humbug, I say. Anyway. So, yeah, that direction, as you can see, is just kind of a mistake. And it makes it really rough and really difficult dealing with those invisible guys when you can't lock onto them. And, you know, because I had kind of done the I've played a video game thing before of buying the super expensive key early, that made that area seem like, oh, okay. I don't know if I shouldn't have done that, or if I should have done that and I should get through here. And of course, like, it's well known at this point that there's like a super cheese way to handle that, and it's just like, oh, this is clearly intentional and like something that, you know, From Software put in for you to be able to cheese these things and get like a lot of souls if you're having trouble early on. I fully disagree. I think it was just one of those things that would have just been too hard to fix or too much trouble to fix, and they never bothered, or they realized after the fact that, you know what, let's let people have their cheesy way of dealing with the bandits of the Darkroot Garden. And I don't know how much orange soapstones would allow people to like lead each other to that conclusion of the, hey, come up the stairs and then drop off over there onto the ledge and then hug the ledge, and then all the NPCs will like come running up the stairs at you and just right off into the abyss. That never occurred to me. It was one of those things that never found it, and I've only ever tried it out recently, and I feel bad doing it. But those dudes are worth a ton of souls. And I think I ended up going that direction because I came down here, saw this white fog, and it was just like, yeah, nope. And noped right on out of there and off in that direction. And I'm fairly certain at this point in my playthrough, I would have just farmed the heck out of souls here. I know in my first playthrough, like the way I ended up dealing with the knight is I managed to get him over to the ledge and either kicked him off or hit him off, or he just rolled backwards off the ledge and was like, oh great, that's great, fine, perfect, everything's fine. I just remembered what I'm going to have to do in these woods. There's a few things. Man, that's the poor frames. Oof. Big oofs all around for this zone, and my first playthrough was... Here's the deal. My first playthrough, like, I farmed a lot of levels out of this area, and I stuck with it, and I pushed my way through, and eventually I got to Sif. And I went and fought Sif. And, like, I did that pretty early on, and Sif, as it turns out, is kind of a rough boss. At least early on. But I stuck with it, and I over-leveled. And that's probably what got me through a lot of the game my first time around, was that over-leveling, and ooh boy, ooh boy, hoo boy. Also, first time around, this dang tree just would not have noticed it was moving, didn't see anything. It was just like, huh, sure is a tree over there, doot-doot-doot-doo. and went about my merry way. There's the, oh hey, look, here's what seems to be a big thing of armor statue. Oh no. He stood up. And this spell, oh my goodness, it was terrifying as a new player. Absolutely horrendous. Just, what have you done to me? Not being able to dodge roll. Like, it makes you rely on that shield. And then, of course, you have this fun bit of a trap that is so obviously a trap, but it's like, hey, cool, I have armor. Oh no. Oh, geez, no. You know what? No. One of them just cast slow. I'm nope. Let's just nope right on out of that. Buddy, things are not going so great. There we go. Alright. Thin the herd a bit. Let's get stabbed through the trees. No, thank you. So at this point in my first playthrough, I don't remember if I would have done Sif next, or if I would have done the Moonlight Butterfly. I think I would have stumbled across the Moonlight Butterfly first. I'm fairly certain that's the first boss soul item I had. Thanks for the push. Oh boy, I really need to upgrade some weapons. This is not great. This is real bad. Boy. They are really covering for each other. That felt kind of nonsensical. Camera at corners, please. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Those corners are not being kind. I deserve that. Okay, tell you what, let's upgrade some weapon. I don't know if I want to stick with this halberd. Like, the range is nice, but it takes so much stamina for a good swing from it. Let's try things with that. Where's that claymore? Like, we still have a good thrust with the claymore. It still devours stamina like a beast. Alright. +2. So much better. Everything's fine now. Let me cut to when I'm done with this walk. Alright. Let's get back in. Let's grab my souls. And let's continue on our merry, merry way. Now, my first time playing, I would not have humaned up at all through here. Like, I would have died so many times trying to farm the, trying to farm off of the forest bandits, because, again, they're worth, like, multiple thousands of souls each. Except for one of them is only worth, like, 1,000, and that guy sucks. And then you have, like, oh, hey, here is an item. Those are some weird vines. Sure are. I don't remember if my first playthrough I recognized those snakes or not. Or they look like snakes, but then they end up being the same creature. But I did recognize at this point, it's like, okay, cool, there's a lot of enemies over there. Maybe I should run around the edge. You know what? I'd really rather not die to another one of these stone knights. There we go. Just needed that one last hit. But unfortunately, because my first playthrough, I would not have come through as human. This little summon here, one of my favorites, good old Beatrice. Witch with great big magic spells that make this fight really, really, really trivial. And this right here was just another falling in love with Dark Souls moment. Of coming into a boss fight and you have just this quiet, haunting vocal. And it's like your enemy isn't a giant demon. It's not a gargoyle. It's just this beautiful butterfly. Just absolutely gorgeous with this fantastic music track. Well, and in terms of a boss fight, like, this one's, you know, really easy, especially if you have gone back to the the asylum and gotten this shield that has like really high magic defense. And if you were able to do the summon, then it completely trivializes this fight because you have a witch just shooting soul arrows and etc. while this thing's flying around. It's like this is the extent of the boss, is just dodging things and waiting for your chance to strike. And like it almost acts as a tutorial in that way of just like, hey, you know what? This is a thing of fight smart. Take your time. Think about things. Try to figure out what you're actually supposed to do to beat this thing. But also, like, specifically for this fight, you have this such an excellent backing track. Oh, hey. That, like, flying over bomb attack certainly is a thing I forget exists. And again, with just the environment here being so just chock full of aesthetic. It's so good. Oh man, I love, like, it's not a particularly active fight, but I still love this boss fight for just everything that it does in terms of theme, and it feels so cool. And then you find the Watchtower basement key, and it's like, oh wait. I guess I haven't touched that in this playthrough yet, so we'll have to head over to the Darkroot Basin for it. But you find that Divine Ember, and you remember, oh wait, Andre said something about this. He knows little of the Darkroot Garden, but supposedly there's this ember that will help me fight, skeletons in the catacomb. Great, 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 great. But now I have this Watchtower basement key, and I wonder where that will lead. And, oh boy, this is where my memory of my first playthrough gets really, really hazy of, like, what came next? Well, I know one thing that came next. I saw that shiny out of the corner of my eye there. This is like, wait a minute, there's still stuff here to find. And because, I'm definitely one of those people that ends up, like, running into the end of the game with, like, 900, items in their bag of just like, oh, but I might need this later. Definitely did not use a homeward bone to head back. And then I got here, it's like, wait a minute. What? Why is this tree spinning? Oh my god! In terms of secrets, this is such a weird one. Like, these weird spinning tree creature things, like, what even are they? Oh, hey, Red Frog. And you get, like, there's just, like, this secret area that if you just walk back from the Moonlight Butterfly, you'll find it. And then, like, you get to another tree that is maybe in the way, but oftentimes it's not. It is, like, out here in the open where it's just spinning. And it's like, well, that sure is another one of those secret trees. I'm slowly sinking in my chair, I'm realizing. And I'm having to, like, strain my neck to keep my face near the mic. And you have, like, I'm fairly certain my first time through, I had no issues with this frog ambush. It's just like, oh, okay. There sure are some frogs that have jumped out of the water. Let me just, you know, stab them with my scimitar. And then it was fine. Until that happened. And then I realized there was one of the big stone knights heading my way. And that was mildly panic-inducing. But I got through it fine. Ooh, jeez. That it was pretty terrifying, but it was also just like, okay, I got this. There's enough room to maneuver. And then I went up these stairs. And oh boy. It's just like, alright, everything's fine. Let me hide behind my shield. Do. Everything's okay. Hide behind shield. Alright, nothing's in here. I can see up to the top of this. It's fine. Oh no. And then this night, it's just like, yeah, you know what? Let's start things off with making you slow. And I panicked. And panicking is how you die in Dark Souls. I forgot they can sometimes have a fourth hit. And of course, because it was my first time playing through Dark Souls, I didn't know that there was a bonfire that's way closer, so I had to run all the way back from Andre. And boy howdy, there were sure a lot of souls on the line. Just like there are now. Alright, be right back. Okay, we're back for a moment. Yeah, I'm kind of tired of having to just have like minutes of footage that I'm going to have to just cut. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a bonfire just so I can have less footage that's just wasted. Because I do have like physical limits. And because I am full of really bad ideas. Hey, look at that. There's the quote-unquote shortcut down here. Just hopping right off that ledge. And there you go. You get through. you get the stuff. You're back down here. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, tell you what, we're just gonna gun it. I just want my souls. I don't think that other knight should be following me, but I have concerns about it. We have souls. Let's grab this very nice ring. Oh boy. There we go. Speaking of nice rings, we're going to put that on because, hey, we now have 52 poise. Probably still didn't understand what poise did in my first playthrough. Like, I don't know. When did I actually discover what poise meant? I probably didn't. It was probably not until, excuse me, after my first playthrough that I, like, probably just looked it up and determined, oh, this is what poise does. That sure sounds useful, because definitely stuck with light armor throughout my first go. Okay. Trying to gauge where to take this episode. Because as it turned out, that went fast enough. I broke my initial statement and went ahead and just lit that bonfire, so I feel a little bit bad about that, but it's fine. Everything's fine. And while everything's just so fine, let's go ahead and just kick this bee's nest. This is clearly a trap. Oh, hey, look, it was a trap all along. And we can just run. We're just gone later. Because we're actually going to head back to Andre, back to that fire, and we're going to level up. How about that? That's a great idea. Granted, I should probably just dump it all into upgrade materials and just upgrade some things. Right, you're still alive now. This is a very less than ideal situation to fight. Bye. But yeah, I'm fairly certain it was at some point when I was running back, it's like, oh wait, there is a way up there. Huh. Ran by that however many times they did, not realizing it was there. But the Dark Root Garden does serve, like, a very important purpose. Like, in preparation of Blighttown, coming out here, you get your purple moss clumps and your blooming purple moss clumps, and you get the nice things that allow you to survive. Alright, let's start with the leveling up thing. I should really check to see how much faith I need for a weapon that I'm going to use. We are 2,000 short. Alright, how many soul? 248. 1, 2? Yeah. There we go. that is going to put us at 20 strength and 16 dexterity, which means we need 2 more points of dexterity to use this sword. Dang it. Dang and heck. Indeed. It means we're sticking with the claymore a bit more. Hooray!
My, that's a rare ember you have there. I've seen one of those before. It's the ember of a divine blacksmith. Might you consider leaving that with me? I could produce divine weapons with a flame such as that.
Why, yes.
Well, thanks for that. You've made a fine decision. You soon shall see.
Great. I still have no weapons ready for Ascension, whatever that means. So, yeah, at this point it would have been... I don't know how long it took me to get around to, getting a +5 weapon. It would have taken a while, I'm sure. But I do know, before I went into the catacombs, I did meet the clerics, because I never saw Patches until he was all the way at the bottom of the Tomb of Giants. And that's where I met Patches the first time. And I hadn't played Demon Souls. Oh, hey, that's only taken 2 hits now. Great. So, yeah. Patches sure was a swell guy. So I think it would have been at this point, or near enough to it, that I would have started heading to the Darkroot Basin. And as you're heading down, you get this nice view of a lake. It's like, oh wait, Darkroot Basin, this is a new area. And I would have thought this little shiny dude was... Oh no. Ow. Curses. Quitting out takes so much longer on the 360, I'm not going to do it. I would have thought that crystal lizard was a one of the random flowers that we've seen around that look like shinies but aren't shinies. Hey, we get leather armor and a bow. Hooray, we have a bow. I don't remember which way I went first. I feel like I would have gone this way first, my first time through. And this is where a few things happened. One of which is, oh my goodness, what is that? That's coming straight for me. Run, 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 run. But also, hey, that sure did kill these things, and I'm gonna die, aren't I? It would have killed some of these golems. And then I realized, oh hey, these golems are worth like 200 experience each. That's pretty cool. So if I can just get this thing to keep shooting them, then hey, that's easy souls. And also the, oh man, I really want that item down there, but sure is dangerous. I did it. Did it all on my own. No help whatsoever. So, yeah, I think at this point I'd gotten spooked by the Hydra, but I did realize the resources that are down here, and I think almost unfortunately, one of them actually did the rare drop of a blue titanite chunk. So I spent a good while down here just getting those blue titanite chunks, having the Hydra help me kill all of these golems, and I definitely did so after I realized, oh hey, over here there's, oh no, that's a Black Knight. Oh yeah, this Black Knight is kind of a jerk. I still really do not have much health. Regrets, I have some. Alright. There we go. Bye. I mean, that probably happened. Blue Titanite chunk, what's that? Why, yes, it does help you make your weapons magical. Ooh, ah, that sounds shiny and fun. And at this point, like, I was already on the slippery slope of magic, and you just fall right in at a certain point once, like... I remember finishing my first run of Dark Souls and thinking, how would you ever beat this game without magic? I mean, you know, years later, it's like obvious, and magic is one of those things that I just hardly ever even mess with, just because it's, like, it's fun, but it's also just so expensive. You need so many souls for spells, and it's like you need to upgrade, like, you need to buy all of the spells, and those cost so many levels worth of things, and then you need to have so much intelligence to cast all the spells. And that's just where my character fell into, was magic. Like, it was just the, oh, this makes things a little bit easier. Let me, what if I just, haha, kidding, but what if? And yeah, it was a real slippery slope I fell right into. I'm also glossing over that I just picked up the grass crest shield, which does not have a perfect block percent, but it does have that very, very, very important benefit of increasing stamina speed regeneration, which is so huge in this game. It's kind of bonkers how good that is. And then it's like, oh wait, this is what the Watchtower basement key was for. Well, didn't I also pick up a basement key at some point? You alright, Havel? Yeah, okay. And you fight this big dude with the big armor and the big dragon tooth. I feel like I'm gonna die if I get hit once. But as it turns out, Havel's real easy to backstab. It's like, yeah, you don't want to get hit by that. Whoa, hey, what the? Where are you going, Havel? Camera, please work with me. Alright, we're at one attack, get a heal. There we go. Back on top of this situation. But yeah, Havel is definitely one of those enemies you can just kind of strafe around, throw your shield up, and then eventually just go in for the backstab. So he ends up being not nearly as threatening as he looks, but it is also like one mistake and you're dead. Unless you've actually put points into Vitality, which I really, really want to. And he's worth a good chunk of souls, and he gives you this great ring. Hey, that ring. It's the Havel's ring. Look at all this equip load that I suddenly have. Which, I'm still mid-rolling, but, you know, my stamina comes back faster. That's nice. How bad is my equip load, by the way? 24 out of a big red number I cannot read. 55. Whoa. Woof. Alright, you know what? Havel's ring is going on. But yeah, coming out of the Darkroot Basin, you have just these two really great rings. And now, I don't know, it kind of feels like you're set up for things. And, oh hey, Watchtower Basement Key. Where am I? Oh wait, I know where I'm at. Alright, I really do need to wrap this up because I've decided to record 2 episodes on this tape, and we're running swiftly out of tape to record on. So, at this point, it's like thinking about things of, okay, wait, hold on, I have this other basement key that was not the Watchtower basement key. Where does that take me? And then you think about it, and it's like, oh right, there was this one random little door here at the end of the bridge. No wonder I forgot about it. I remember getting toasted by a dragon. I don't remember this little door right before I got toasted by a dragon. And then we have our big long ladder. And this quickly turns into like, wait, where am I? What's going on? I'll come back to this later, but we'll talk about this next time. That little area, there's not much to say about it. It's just I don't have time to get into it right now. Actually, I do while I walk up these stairs, I guess. I spent so long in my first playthrough trying to determine if there was anything over there. Like, it seemed like a secret area. I'm gonna get stabbed in the back. But, you jerk with your homing jump attack. It's like at this point things are starting to come together and like how interconnected this world... I'm making a point, dude. Like at this point my mind would have been blown of just like how connected everything is, because you know I had gone up all the way up to the Undead Church, over to the Undead Parish, down into the Darkroot Garden, into the Darkroot Basin, and then up a tower that is the tower over there that leads to that door that I had forgotten about at the end of the bridge with the dragon, and then that leads down below into, wait a minute, that looks, oh my god. And it comes back up and loops back around to this door that you couldn't open from this side, and it's, again, just blows my mind how interconnected everything is my first time through. It just, wow. Just, wow. Alright, real quick. I need like 3,000 souls to level up. Can I do it? Yes, but also this is original Dark Souls, so I have to do it one item at a time. Oh boy. You know what? I'm kind of glad that my first time through I didn't realize anything about certain things, certain covenants that would involve turning in 30 items one at a time. Alright, there we go. We now have the strength and the dexterity to use this beast. And like, we're doing like 100 more damage now. That is a really slow attack. It's so slow. So, I mean, we still technically have a thrust attack. It's just, it's got such a long wind-up that it almost becomes unusable. But in these cases where you have an enemy with a long run-up, oh, that's satisfying. Oh, when you do things right and you hit the enemy. Like, this guy, he needs to break out of his cage. Bonk. And you just knock him over. Like, the Black Knight weapons are a lot of fun. And they're kind of impractical, and they're a little bit, like, they're really highly powered. But, like, to get here, I've had to ignore my vitality, and, like, I think I want my faith up a little bit higher for reasons. We'll get there. Oh, we'll get there. There is one thing which we're going to have to do before we go into Blight Town. And I'm not looking, like, it's going to be silly. It's going to be dumb, but we'll do that next time. Oh boy. Oh boy. I really played Dark Souls weird the first time through. Anyway. Oh boy. Yep, just thinking about what needs to be doing. Yep, yep. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play. Have yourself a lovely evening.